so here we are completely done with our general journal number 7, right? We entered in our last transaction with us purchasing the coffee cups, okay? So now we're going to be moving on to general journal number 8. And now we have to pay Silver State Electrical. Use a check. Right? Still the 19. So in this case, I'm going to make a payment to Silver State Electrical. So how do I make a payment to Silver State Electrical?
So you check your amount on the subsidiary ledger first.
Correct. Good. So, subsidiary ledger. I'm going to go ahead and go to vendors, and I'm going to locate Silver State Electrical since we were left off on R. Robinson Kim, Sargent Insurance, Silver State Electrical. Here we are. How much do we owe Silver State Electrical for invoice number 3351? It is due on the 19th, which is today. How much do we owe?
$1,070.
1,070. So, good. That means our transaction means that we're going to make a payment for 1070. Okay, so here we are. 1070 and 1070. Right? Now, we have all the information, right? This is invoice number 3351. We're making a payment to Silver State Electrical, okay? So how do I pay?
Is it checking a labor expense?
Okay, so in this case, right, this electrical work was done for the coffee grinder.
Okay. Yeah.
So we already record the expense already by applying it to the cost of the asset.
So it's checking a coffee grinder.
Okay, no, checking doesn't come first because we're spending money. So let's take a look at this. We received a bill on the 15th of June, right? We received a bill on the 15th of June, and we note that it's due on the 19th of June.
Okay, so it will be, I want to say accounts payable because we're not paying it right now, are we? But it says using check number, so you need to have a check number.
Good. Now let's take a look at this table. What does this table represent? What are we calculating at the very end of the table?
Discount.
Not a discount. At the very end of the table, right here. What is this word right here?
Account payable.
We're
Accounts payable.
exactly, because every time we entered a bill, right, and we have a due date, but we didn't make a payment to it, therefore we owe this person. So in this case, we owe Silver State Electrical because they completed the job. They billed us. They said, "Here, we done the job for you," but I didn't make a payment now. I decided to pay later. So therefore, I owe Silver State Electricals for the services that they provided. Okay? Now, I'm paying for what I owe. So in this case, right, I am going to be using accounts payable because I'm decreasing what I owe. And Therefore, if I'm going to decrease my accounts payable, what is my opposite credit here? Checking. Yes, because I indicated that you're going to pay them using a check. So in this case, checking is what I'm going to do. I'm going to write them a check, and it's it's going to come right directly out from my banking account or my checking account. So here I am in my journal. Okay. So where do I need to go first?
Check registry to pull the check number.
Correct. I need to cut them a check because I said I was going to write them a check. So here we go, June 19, right? What's the check amount?
$70.
To who am I going to write this check out to?
Silver State Electrical.
Silver State Electrical. Okay. Now that I have my proof that I'm going to make a payment using check number 1519, let's go back to my journal and fill out the rest of my description. All right.
Anybody else wants to take this one?
Oh, to fill out our description?
Mm-hmm.
Silver State Electrical, invoice 3351, check number 15. Where'd it go? 19.
Good. So Silver State Electrical, invoice number 33451. And we're paying using check number 1519. Excellent. So what comes after the journal?
We're going to post to the general ledger.
Mm-hmm. We're going to update our accounts to let us know how much money do I have in my checking and how much do I owe. Okay. So since we're already on the liabilities tab anyway, just scroll up. Here you go, accounts payable. So it's the 19. What do you want to say?
You could just use invoice 3351, payment, check number 1519.
Good, right? General journal number 8 this time since we started a new journal.
And we're going to debit for 1,070.
Okay. So then what's my ending balance in my accounts payable account?
14,732.65.
14?
Oh, wait a minute. That's a credit balance we're debiting. Oh, it goes the other way. See?
Good.
Yeah, 12,592.65.
Very good. So in this case, right, we're doing a credit balance because we're debiting the account. We're decreasing our liabilities. We're decreasing what we owe because we're making a payment. So therefore, our liability should decrease. Okay. What's next?
Then we're going to update our checking account.
All right, so here we are in our assets. Scroll all the way up for your checking account. Here we are. We're still on the 19. We used check number 1519. General journal number 8. Right. How much did we pay?
1,070.
So now my account has once again dropped down to $458.16. So we better be collecting some money so we can deposit it soon so we don't overdraft our bank. We finished our journal. We finished our ledger. What's the last thing that we should update?
The subsidiary ledger.
Yes, because in this case, we don't owe Silver State Electrical any money anymore. So we need to record this transaction that we made a payment to them on the 19th of June. Okay, so therefore, I could write here, just simple, check number 1519 for the invoice of 3351. So they're related to each other. Okay. Post reference, this time is General Journal number 8, is where you can find the payment to Silver State Electrical. And of course, we don't have any terms or due dates because we just don't have any. But what we do know is we did make a payment for $10.70. All right. If you have the formula in here, if you've already dragged it through, it should show you a negative $10.70, which then brings your total account balance to 0, right? You first owed them $10.70, then you make a payment for $10.70 for negative. Right here shows a negative. So therefore, I owe nothing to Silver State Electrical. All right, and this right here depicts 2 different transactions. The first one is creating the bill, which is creating my liability, and the second one proves that I made a payment, which is reducing my liability. Okay. And that's what I want you to do instead of sticking that payment right in that first line. That way, you don't know when you made a payment. You don't know, well, obviously you can enter that in there, but it's just a lot of more things that you're adding into that one cell when you could just simply separate them and it does the same exact thing, but it makes a clear difference between the 2 transactions. Yes, we are. We are completely done with this transaction. Yes. So we'll move on to the next one. All right. So then Mr. Albert's working hard. Okay. He decided to submit another sales order for Super A Market.
We start by entering that in the commissions.
Excellent, right? We're not going to journalize this because when is this going to be due for delivery? This won't happen until the 21st of June. I don't deliver it until the 21st of June. So what I'm doing here is I'm just submitting a sales order. All right? The customer did not pay. I did not deliver my services, nor did I invoice this customer yet. So therefore, it's just a simple sales order that this person can cancel at any given time. Okay? So, but we do need to record it because to Albert, that is a potential sale. If he completes the task, he'll get the money. If they decide to cancel last minute, then he doesn't get any money. So in this case, this order is to Super A Market. Okay, that's the person that we're potentially going to be selling to. All right. And the total amount is for $498.80. So $498.80. Okay. And that is his potential sales. last but not least, we're going to close out the day with our grand opening sales. Okay, this was perfect because this will be the last transaction for today. So, what happened here?
We're gonna record the in-store sales.
So what accounts will I be using?
Checking sales discounts, sales medium regular coffee, just the same as the 18th.
Excellent, right? Perfect one right here. We have this exact one that we can just copy and paste. So again, use technology for what it's good for, to save you some time. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy these cells. And I'm going to go back to my page here and I'm going to paste them in here. So there you go. I'm saving some time by having to type every single thing, and I have everything that I need here, right? My sales for my medium regular, large regular, medium supreme, large supreme, and my coffee cups, plus my tax. Okay. So excellent. And I have my description already, right? Grand opening sales for 20% discount. So all of this is good to go. All I have to do is just copy and paste it because it is the same transaction that we're doing over and over and over again. Okay, so now all I have to do here is fill in my empty cells. Right? So starting with checking. How much money did I receive?
$898.80.
Okay. How much was my discount?
$207.57.
Okay. Next one is my sales for my medium regular coffee. How much is that?
$171.14.
Right. Large regular.
That one is $269.10.
Right. Your medium supreme coffee.
$224.10.
My large supreme coffee.
$303.63.
303.63. My ceramic coffee mugs. I sold 10 of them. Total giving me
$69.90.
$69.90. And then last but not least, how much tax did I charge?
That one is $68.50.
$68.50. So once again, I'm just going to double confirm that my journals that my debits match my total credit. So I have a total debit of 1106.37 and my total credits is 1106.37. So good. No typos there. Okay. My debits and my credits match on both ends.
We don't do the deposit yet, correct?
You can. It is the end of the day.
Then we go to our deposit.
Okay, so we have our cash for a total of 898 and 80 cents. Okay. It is now finally the end of the day where it says down below, deposit all cash into the bank. Okay. So with that being said, okay, not only do we have the cash from our sales, we also collected a check earlier on in the day, right? Because we sold to Katie's Coffee Corner. So now that it's the end of the day, I can now officially transfer all the money into my checking account. So in this case, I'm going to add my 898 and my 109.53 to get me a grand total of $1,008.33 that I'm depositing in one go. Okay, so in this case, right, check and cash are the same type of kind of money, right? They're all going to go into the bank the same way. All right. So there we have it. Now we deposited all our money into the bank. Instead of making too many trips out there, I made one trip and totaled all my receipts that I've collected and deposited as a lump sum. Okay. Now, for practice purposes only, if you're more comfortable just transferring the money over, that's fine. Obviously, I'm not going to, tell you like that's not how you do it. But in this case, this is just in real life scenario, right? If I'm collecting a whole bunch of money, it makes sense to just deposit it all in either at the end of the day, or if you have multiple people who work in your office, then yeah, maybe they can run to the bank during lunchtime to deposit the check, right? Whatever meeting way that you're able to do so, then make it kind of like a realistic activity, right? Do you have enough people to be able to just run real quick to the bank? What if the bank is on the across the side of the town? No, right? It could be lunch hour, it could be break time. I don't know. I don't care. But in this situation, right, I'm telling you that we're just going to collect all of our money. And then at the very end of the day, which every time we do our in store sales, which tells us it's the end of the day, I'm going to deposit all of that because I'll have cash at the end of the day. All right? And that's what I'm doing here. So what's next?
We should update our general ledger.
Update our general ledger because we just deposited money in our checking account. We need to update our checking account so we know how much money we have now. So here we are, ledger, assets. Let's just double confirm that this is the checking account. Yes, it is. So here, still the 19. And this one, in-store sales. So in this case, how much money did we deposit into our checking account for these sales?
1,833.
That's we already put the check in from previous for the 109.53. Okay, so in this case, this is just in-store sales, not the deposit, okay? It's just the sales. 898 and 80 cents. So now I've increased my checking account to now to be 1356.96. Okay. On your bank statement is going to see that you have made a deposit for 1003.33, something like that, right? Because this is our side. This is our ledger, okay? Our ledger is going to be different than what the bank records, okay? The bank may record that the check has been written out but hasn't been processed yet, or the customer hasn't, or the vendor hasn't deposited the check into their checking account. So then again, the bank statement is going to reflect way differently than what our ledger reflects. Okay? And that's where the bank reconciliation is going to come in play. Okay? All right, what account is next?
Sales discount.
Sales discount, yes. Let's try to keep it in order so we don't miss any of these accounts. So, revenues, right? Let's see, we got to go all the way down to our sales discounts. There you go, sales discounts. Okay. Today is the 19th. Same thing here. It's a grand opening. Our discount is 20%. Right? General journal number 8. So I did a lot of cell referencing. Okay, so therefore it helps fill out my cells a lot quicker. Right? Just all I did was equal and then select the cell that I want, and it copied all the information from that previous cell into the next cell. Okay. Your debit, how much was the discount for?
$207.57.
207.57, right? But because I have my formula here already and I dragged it all the way down, I have an ending balance of 566.28 in my sales discount account. Right? What's next?
Sales medium regular coffee.
Okay. So I'm going to locate my sales medium regular coffee. Here it is, medium regular coffee. Okay. Oops, go back up one. How many cups did I sell?
86.
We sold 86 cups. Good. Okay. So right here, we're also keeping track of how many cups we actually used. So then when we do the calculation towards the very end of the accounting period, we're going to be calculating the cost of materials, which is going to be how many cups did you use? All right. And etc., etc. So here we're keeping track of how many cups we used. Okay. General journal number 8. Okay. For a grand total of
171.14.
right, which should give me my ending balance of 489.54.
The next one is large regular coffee.
Next one is large regular coffee. Okay. How many cups did we sell?
90 cups.
We sold 90 cups.
General journal 8. For 269.10.
For
269.10.
269.10.
And
Okay.
it should give you 714.61.
Excellent.
Is that correct?
That is correct. 714.61 is our ending balance.
Then we move to medium supreme coffee.
Medium supreme coffee. Good. 619. How many cups did we sell?
90.
90.
For 224.10.
240.
No, 224.10.
224.10.
It should give you 632.46.
632.46. Excellent. All right, let's go ahead and update the large supreme coffees. How many cups did I sell?
87.
87 cups.
$303.63.
363. Oh, wait,
No.
300.
303.63.
Okay, 303.63. What's my ending balance?
882.97.
Excellent. Okay, 2 more accounts. So here, we got to go to our ceramic coffee mugs. So in this case, I have to go all the way back up because my ceramic coffee mugs is above my medium regular coffee. All right, here we are, sales ceramic coffee mugs. This time, how many did I sell?
10.
We sold 10. General journal number 8 for a total of
69.90.
Each cup, right? We marked it at $6.99, which we sold 10 of them. So $69.60 gives me a grand total of $211.64. Okay.
You said there were 2 more accounts.
Oh yeah, for that one it was the ceramic coffee mugs, and then the last one now. What's the last account that we have to update?
Sales tax payable.
We have to do our duties to record the sales tax payable because we need to pay the local state agency for the sales tax that we have to do for doing business in that state and county. So there you go. 619, right? Pretty straightforward. We already know that sales tax are usually taxed when you have an in-store sales. So I don't need to put anything there. So general journal number 8. Okay. How much was the tax?
$68.50.
$68.50, which brings my total tax that I've collected to be $186.87.
And that's it for this transaction, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We don't need to go to subsidiary ledger because we don't have a particular customer that we sold to. We just sold to the general public, right? We don't need any account information for the general public. So for this transaction, we are done just recording the sales. Okay. Okay, we deposited our money, so we're good to go there. So then here we have the record of how many pounds of coffee we used to serve the peep to the general public, right? For all those coffee cups that we sold, this is how many pounds we used. We used a total of 16.5 pounds of the regular coffee and 16.5 pounds of the Supreme coffee. So, where do we need to go now?
We need to update our inventory.
We need to update our inventory. So, let's go to our inventory worksheet. Okay, let's start off with our regular coffee. Okay. So, once again, it's the 19. How many pounds of coffee did we use?
10.
For the regular,
Yeah.
we used
Oh, never mind. I'm looking at the wrong thing.
okay,
1650.
16.5. Good. So, at what cost?
It's about 1609.38.
Yes, the same number here. Well, not really. It's actually, if you keep extending it out a little bit more, you're going to see a small difference. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, in this case, right, I'm going to practice once again. Equal round because I want to use round numbers since I'm self-referencing. Okay. How much is it going to cost me to use 16.5 pounds of coffee at $1.60938?
$56.55.
$26.55. So in this case, right, now that I have this number here, I now need to update my inventory, right? I no longer have 210 pounds left. I have how much? $193.5. Good. Right? Same thing here. If I started out with $337.97 and I sold $26.55 worth of coffee, how much should I have left?
$311.42.
$311.42, which now has changed my average cost per item. It is now increased by 10,000th of a penny. Right? And this number really matters, especially like I said, if we're selling in large quantities, this is very important because you don't want to miss out on that extra penny, whether you're putting it into your revenues or you're putting it into your cost. Okay. Good. So, right, we sold $26.55 of the regular coffee. So now let's go ahead and update my Supreme coffee. So here we are, right? It is the 19. How many pounds of coffee did I use?
16.5.
Also 16.5, okay? Now let's, once again, at what cost am I going to calculate this? I have 2 batches of inventory.
Same, the first one. Because you
Yes.
still have plenty.
Yes, we're going to use the 180. So let's go ahead and compute that number. Okay. So how much is it going to cost me to use 16.5 pounds at $1.80?
$29.70.
$29.70. Good. So let's go ahead and calculate or update my quantity. If I started with $84, if I started with 84 pounds and I used 16.5, how much should I have left? $67.50, which gives me a total cost of $121.50. which also brings me a grand total to have left in my entire inventory for the Supreme Coffee should be $350 even. $350 even. Okay. So $29.70 for my Supreme Coffee and $26.55 for my regular coffee. Right? So now I'm going to go ahead and update my journal so I can reflect that change in my inventory. So $26.55 for my regular coffee. And was it $29.70? Supreme. Yes, $29.70 for my Supreme coffee. Right? That's what I calculated as my total cost of goods sold. Oops. I've already updated my whole entire journal, right? I just copied and pasted. It says in-store use. All right, so what's the last step that we have to do?
Update the general ledger.
Update the ledger because that's going to give us our accounting information in regards to our inventory. Okay? So first thing we got to do is go to cost of goods sold. So in this case, cost of goods sold for my regular coffee. Right? I used 16.5 pounds of coffee. Okay? Which cost me a total of
$26.55.
$26.55, which then brings my running balance to be $90.83.
Then you will update your Supreme Coffee.
Yes, my cost of goods sold for my Supreme coffee. Right. Once again, same thing as the previous, same as the regular coffee. We used 16.5 pounds. General journal number 8 for a total cost of
$29.70.
$29.70.
Gives you a total of $103.50.
Good, good.
that transaction, it says deposit all cash sales to bank, but we already did that.
Correct. We already did that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Last but not least, we need to update our inventories for the coffees to make sure we calculated our numbers in the inventory worksheet correctly. Okay, so locating my regular coffee. Here we are. We used 16.5 pounds. General journal number 8 for a total of is my running balance 311.42. Yes, we have $311.42 in my regular coffee. So good. We calculated our regular coffee correctly. Last but not least, we need to update our Supreme coffee. Okay. We used 16.5 pounds. Okay. Which was a total of $29.70 to bring our running balance to be a total of $350 even. Which, if we check our inventory worksheet, that is correct. We do have $350 worth of Supreme coffee left in our inventory. Okay. And that is it for today. So we're going to stop here, okay? We'll continue with the 20th, okay? So other than that, that is it for the rest of today. So save your work now, or you could have saved it during break, but please save your work, okay? And